Mark, how did the conversation with your new neighbor go yesterday?
It was very short,
How short?
about 7 seconds.
7 seconds? What happened?
He asked me, "What do you do?" I said, "I work in an office." Then we both stood there quietly.
Didn't you add anything else?
No, I smiled. He smiled. Then we both looked at the elevator door and hoped it would open.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It was the longest 7 seconds of my week.
You answered his question, but your answer didn't give him much to talk about.
I know, I wanted to explain my job, but I couldn't organize the words quickly.
That happens to many English learners. Today, we'll learn how to talk about your job in clear, natural English.
Good. I'd like to be ready before I meet my neighbor again.
Let's start with his question. What do you do?
I used to find that question confusing.
Why?
The first time someone asked me, "What do you do?" I answered, "I'm waiting for the bus."
You thought they were asking what you were doing at that moment.
Exactly. They looked confused and I became confused too.
In casual conversation, what do you do usually means, what is your job?
So I can answer with my job title.
Yes. What is your job title?
I'm a customer support assistant.
Great. That is already more helpful than I work in an office.
I'm a customer support assistant.
You can also say, I work as a customer support assistant.
Is there a difference?
They have almost the same meaning. I'm a customer support assistant states your job. I work as a customer support assistant describes the role you have.
So both sound natural.
Yes, choose the one that feels easier.
I'll say I work as a customer support assistant.
Good. Now tell me about your company.
It sells things online.
What kind of things?
Home products, kitchen tools, and small pieces of furniture.
Then you could say, I work for an online home store.
I work for an online home store.
Notice the difference. You work as a customer support assistant, but you work for an online home store.
As tells people my role, and for tells them about my employer.
Exactly.
Let me put them together. I work as a customer support assistant for an online home store.
Perfect. Now your neighbor knows much more about your job.
And maybe the elevator will arrive before the conversation becomes uncomfortable.
We can make your answer even more interesting. What do you actually do for customers?
I answer questions. Sometimes people need information about an order, sometimes their package is late.
You can say, I help customers with their orders.
I help customers with their orders.
That is a useful pattern. I help people with.
So a receptionist might say, I help visitors with appointments.
Exactly. A shop assistant might say, I help customers with their purchases.
And a teacher could say, I help students with their English.
That's a good description of my work.
What if I have several responsibilities?
You don't need to mention everything. Choose your main responsibility and say, my main job is to.
My main job is to answer customer questions.
Good. What else do you do?
I check orders and try to solve delivery problems.
Try giving me a complete answer.
I work as a customer support assistant for an online home store. My main job is to answer customer questions and help with order problems.
That sounds clear and natural.
It also sounds like I have a real job. I work in an office made it sound like I just sit near a printer all day.
Do you sit near a printer?
Yes, but that isn't my main responsibility.
How long have you worked there?
2 years.
You can say, I've been working there for 2 years.
That phrase sounds a little difficult.
Then you can use the simpler version, I started working there 2 years ago.
I started working there 2 years ago.
Both are useful. I've been working there for 2 years connects the past to now. You started 2 years ago and you still work there.
I've been working there for 2 years.
Exactly. What about someone who doesn't work for a company?
They might say I'm self-employed.
That means they work for themselves.
Right. A photographer, designer, or online seller may be self-employed.
And what can a student say when someone asks, what do you do?
They can simply say, I'm a student. They can add, I study business, or I'm studying computer science.
So everyone can answer, even if they don't currently have a job.
Of course, someone looking for work can say, I'm currently looking for a job.
That sounds positive and honest. Now, what about me? How would you describe my work?
You're an English teacher.
Yes, I teach English and create podcast lessons.
What's your main job?
My main job is to help learners use English more confidently in daily life.
Do you work for a school?
I teach some classes online, and I also work independently on podcast content.
So your schedule's different from mine.
Very different. Some mornings I teach, on other days I prepare lessons or record conversations with you.
Is recording with me the easiest part?
It's often the most surprising part.
I'll accept that.
Let's give our listeners a moment to practice. Think about your job, your studies, or another role in your life.
Start with one simple sentence. I work as, I'm a student, or I'm currently looking for a job.
Then add one responsibility. You can say, my main job is to, or I help people with.
For example, I work as a sales assistant. I help customers find what they need.
Or, I'm a student. My main job is to study and complete my assignments.
My answer is much better now.
Let's hear it one more time.
I work as a customer support assistant for an online home store. I help customers with orders and delivery problems. I've been working there for 2 years.
Your neighbor will have plenty of follow-up questions now.
I hope so, but if you ask what my normal workday looks like, I may need your help again.
Then tell me, what do you usually do first when you arrive at work?
The first thing I do is turn on my computer and check my messages.
Then you could say, a typical day starts with checking customer messages.
A typical day starts with checking customer messages. After that, I look at any problems from the night before.
What kinds of problems?
Late packages, damaged products, wrong addresses. Sometimes a customer orders a chair and receives a lamp.
That would happen really?
It happened once. The customer wrote, "This is a very beautiful lamp, but I can't sit on it."
At least the customer had a sense of humor.
Yes, but I still had to solve the problem.
So you're responsible for checking orders and finding solutions.
Right. I'm responsible for answering messages, checking order information, and helping customers.
I'm responsible for is a useful way to describe an important duty at work.
Could a manager say, I'm responsible for a small team?
Yes, a receptionist could say, I'm responsible for welcoming visitors. An office worker might say, I'm responsible for preparing weekly reports.
I'm responsible for making unhappy customers feel calmer.
Is that difficult?
Sometimes. Most customers are friendly, but some people are already angry when they contact us.
What do you do then?
I listen carefully and try not to take it personally.
That means you try not to feel hurt or upset because of their words.
Exactly. I remind myself that they're angry about the problem, not about me.
That's a very professional attitude.
Thank you. It took some practice.
Do you answer customer messages all day?
Most of my time is spent answering messages, but I also join a team meeting every morning.
That's another useful expression. Most of my time is spent.
Most of my time is spent helping customers.
Good. I could say, most of my time is spent teaching, preparing lessons, and creating learning materials.
Your list sounds more creative than mine.
Your job requires creativity, too. You often have to find different solutions.
That's true, especially when a message isn't clear.
Has that ever caused a problem?
Last month, a customer wrote, "The table came without its feet."
Its feet?
I thought she was talking about the bottom parts of the table, but I wasn't completely sure. I asked, "Do you mean the table legs?"
Good. You asked for clarification.
Yes, but before I sent the message, I asked my coworker Maya to check it.
Do you often work with her?
Yes, I work closely with Maya because we handle similar customer problems.
I work closely with means you communicate and cooperate with that person often.
Maya has worked there longer than I have, so she knows what to do when a problem is unusual.
What did she say about the table?
She said, yes, ask about the legs, and don't ask the customer to send a photo of the table's feet.
That was good advice.
The customer confirmed that all 4 legs were missing.
All 4?
Yes, she had received a tabletop with nothing under it.
That would be difficult to use.
Unless she wanted a very large wooden tray.
How did you solve it?
We sent the missing legs and apologized. The customer was happy in the end.
That story shows that asking for help can prevent a bigger mistake.
I used to think asking questions made me look inexperienced.
Many people feel that way, but at work, it's usually better to ask than to guess.
Especially when furniture has missing body parts.
Exactly. What happens after your morning meeting?
I answer more messages and sometimes call the delivery company. Around noon, I have lunch with Maya and 2 other coworkers.
Do you like your coworkers?
Yes, we're a small team and we help each other when it gets busy.
It can get busy is a natural way to say there are times when you have a lot of work.
Monday mornings can get very busy because many customers send messages over the weekend.
What do you do when that happens?
We decide which problems are most urgent. Then everyone focuses on a different group of messages.
So teamwork is important in your job.
Very important. A friendly team can make a difficult day much easier.
I agree. My work is a little different because I often work alone when I prepare lessons.
Do you always work from home?
Not always. I teach some classes online from home, but I sometimes use a studio for recording. You could say I have a hybrid schedule.
That means you work in more than one place.
Right. Usually it means working partly from home and partly in an office or another workplace.
I work in the office 3 days a week and from home 2 days a week, so I have a hybrid schedule too.
Which do you prefer?
Working from home is comfortable, but I miss my team.
And the office snacks?
I miss my team and the office snacks equally.
I appreciate your honesty.
At home, I can focus better because it's quieter, but sometimes I forget to take a proper break.
Really? I thought breaks were one of your special skills.
Only at the office.